Hey, welcome back to the Here's the Deal channel. I want to go ahead and get this party started. I'm going to be holding Dakota probably for the majority of the show, if not the entire show, because we don't know what's wrong with him. He's in some kind of serious pain. We've taken him to the vet multiple times. We've had his kidneys checked, his blood checked. We even thought it was his teeth at one point. And like 2 or 3 years ago, it was his teeth. He had some kind of abscess, and as soon as they took it out, he was fine and dandy. But there were a couple times where we could have swore this is it. This is his last week. He's looking terrible, but now he can't get himself off the ground. We let him out. He plops down and he can't get back up, and his legs are failing on him, and he's blind, and it's just he's crying all the time like he's in pain. So I'll be holding him. Hope nobody minds. And the second thing is, before we get into this, on Saturday, I probably won't be putting out a video. Almost certainly I won't be, because I'll be at my oldest son's wedding. He is going to marry the love of his life. Josiah, congratulations, buddy. We love you and we wish you the best. It's going to be a great, great wedding. But I wanted to talk about this right here, where this guy had to go to court because of a Michigan state trooper's testimony about him. Apparently, a Michigan state trooper stopped a commercial box truck on US 131 for a headlight violation. And then he initiated this, what's called a standard commercial vehicle inspection. So the driver gives consent to search the cargo area, and the passenger gives consent to search his duffel bag. But there was a third bag in the truck, and it was stuffed under the passenger seat. Nobody asked about it. Nobody brought it up. Nobody asked who it belonged to, and nobody was given the chance to claim or disclaim it before the trooper opened it without consent. And what he found inside became the center of the entire preliminary examination. And the defense walked into Judge Wiggins' courtroom with a Michigan Supreme Court case and one argument, and the prosecution didn't see it coming. We're going to watch this real quick together because I want to make some comments off of it. In my opinion, just getting into this, it's a sad state of affairs that we have something called the supreme law of the land. Part of that is the Bill of Rights, and part of the Bill of Rights is the Fourth Amendment. And part of what the Bill of Rights and the Fourth Amendment say is that you have the right. It's not a privilege granted by government. You have the right to be secure in your person. So if I was a judge in a courtroom, which I never could be because I'm not going to make my living from the extortion of the tax cattle, but if I was a judge, the first question I would be asking is, okay, who's the verified complainant? Who did this guy victimize? What was the crime that was actually committed? Why is anybody coming into my courtroom trying to get me to, bring a judgment, a summary judgment against somebody who didn't commit a crime and didn't leave a victim? So let's go and go over this. We'll go over it together. It's pretty interesting. There's kind of like a little 31-second teaser, and then we'll get into the entire court proceeding. Hopefully it's loud enough for you. Let me know if you guys can hear me and it.
Do you ever get consent to search the bags?
In fact, you knew that, correct?
I'm not sure if I knew that when I called.
And when you asked to say search the cab of the vehicle, the driver told you no, correct?
He did not say the words no. He said, I can't give you permission.
You just testified that he did not give you permission. When you say 38 minutes, what are you looking for in that first 38 minutes?
That's the average time of that year.
In this, you didn't even start to search the vehicle until 50 minutes, correct?
That's what the time says, sir.
Did you ask anything about whether there were any weapons in the vehicle?
I mean, that seems like a logical question, sir.
All right, so let's go ahead and skip ahead. Here's the entire court proceeding. Thank you guys for being in here. What's the matter? You, DW. What's up? John Eagles here. John Cremens. Who else is in here? N for Diddy, SMLEV, Honorable Harbinger, Justice for Jessica.
Counsel, we are here for a preliminary examination on a carrying concealed weapon. Is there any resolution to this matter?
I'd be like, wait, carrying a concealed weapon. Hold on a second. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we're in the United States of America, right? Yes, Your Honor. Yes, we are. Okay, in the United States of America, we have a supreme law of the land. That's the Constitution, right? Yes, Your Honor, it is. Part of that supreme law of the land is the Second Amendment, right? Yes, it is. And doesn't it say right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed? Yes. So you're coming into my court right now to infringe on this guy's rights because he carried a concealed firearm. Can you explain yourself? What tyranny is this?
It's not, Your Honor.
Mr. Carnes, your first.
Am I being, this is why I want to go live with this. Am I being simple-minded here? Am I being just too black and white? Doesn't it say shall not be infringed without qualification? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, put a 2 in the room. We can talk about it after we watch this. This is only about 30 minutes long.
Witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The people called Trooper Edward Rickless.
Trooper, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
All right, you may have a seat.
Can you please state your name and spell it for the record?
Edward Ricklefs, Rickle, F as in Frank, S as in Sam.
And where are you employed?
I am with the Michigan State Police, currently as a commercial vehicle enforcement division, assigned to the Holden Lake Post.
Okay. And were you working in that capacity on November 14th of 2024?
Yes, sir, I was.
And what happened during that shift that brings you into court today?
I stopped a commercial vehicle that I observed traveling on the interstate for it had a headlight on.
Okay.
Give me a 5x5 if you can hear what's going on here. I really wish these prosecutors and defense attorneys and judges were better mic'd up in these court proceedings.
What is the significance of a headlight out on a commercial vehicle?
Well, it's a
It
equipment.
was a headlight out on a commercial vehicle during the daytime where you don't have to have your headlights on.
It's required to have both under state and federal statute.
And where did this stop occur?
It's M115 near between 13th Street and 34th Road.
Do you happen to know what township that's in?
Selma Township. Western County.
What happened after you made this stop?
I contacted the defendant here, Mr. Lasker. He was in the passenger seat, and they contacted the driver, Mr. Antonio Rain.
And you just gestured to Mr. Lassiter. Do you see Mr. Lassiter in the courtroom today?
I do, sir. He's on the screen there with the headphones on that screen. Right.
Your Honor, may the record reflect the witnesses identified the defendant.
Mr. Champion, any objection?
For the purpose of preliminary, Your Honor.
The record will so reflect.
And what, if anything, did you notice about this truck during the stop?
The passenger side headlight was in fact out. It was missing the company name and the DOT number, but I don't believe it was the DOT number.
And that's the trooper. That's the trooper saying, well, the headlight was out. My question would be, then why didn't you just, I mean, if you felt like you had to pull him over and you felt like it was for public safety, then why didn't you help the guy change his headlight? Why didn't you just tell him, hey, if you can get that fixed, it'd be better, it'd be safer. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
That was associated with the name of the company. And the defendant was, had his eyes closed, pretended to sleep against the B-pillar.
What's the significance of the door that you just described?
Hey, you know what I could do? I could put the transcript up here. Let's see if they have a transcript for this. Oh yeah, that might be better. Let's see. So we can follow along because it's kind of, it's easy to lose some of the words because the audio is not real good.
Being that they're an interstate carrier, they're required to have their company DOT number, US DOT number.
Your Honor, I would ask for clarification. I'm not sure who they are.
The owner of the truck.
Sure. What, if anything else, did you notice during the stop?
That the driver, he didn't have a logbook. He didn't have the logical. So driving a truck is about making money.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. I'm not sure who he's referring to.
I'm sorry, Trooper Reckless. Who are you
Trooper Reckless. I wonder if that's really what his name is. Trooper Reckless.
referring to when you say they did not have a logbook?
The driver, sorry, Mr. Rankins did not have a logbook. Sorry, and he did not have a logical story of where they were going and for what purpose.
Again, I'm going to object.
He didn't have a logical story. Who cares? Where's it written that in America you need a logical story to tell me? You answer to me, and you got to tell me where you're coming from and where you're going, and the story better be logical.
Hearsay.
Don't think he's trying to assert any truths asserted by. He's just explaining what was suspicious about the situation.
Mr. Carnes, is this going to why Officer Reckless may have done what he did?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I will allow it.
So where we left off, you're talking about a logbook. What, if anything
What's up, Steve?
else did you notice about this truck?
I wasn't carrying any type of any load at the time, and the driver did not indicate they were gonna go pick up a load. I did talk to Mr. Lassiter, and he advised me, I believe it's right on video, that he just rides on the truck, he loads the truck and unloads the truck. He didn't know, as I remember, travel plans.
And I think you were also starting to explain your suspicions with the commercial nature. Can you explain that suspicion?
Well, commercial trucks are about making money. They're very expensive to operate. And they're also required, being that they're from out of state, to show me how many days they've been driving, how many hours they've been driving. And typically they have a place they came from and a place they're going to for a reason.
And what, if any, of those items were you shown during this stop?
The driver, Mr. Rankins, was not able to provide me with a logo. He said he didn't have one.
And what was your concern at this time?
This was not logical behavior, commercial traffic behavior. He's a North Carolina truck driver with a North Carolina truck doing interstate commerce.
Objection, Your Honor, there's been no testimony that he was doing any type of commerce.
I'll allow the testimony. I believe that the trooper is testifying as to what he was observing and why he became suspicious. From what I gather is we have a North Carolina driver with a North Carolina truck in Michigan. Is that about where we're at?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll allow the testimony.
Please continue.
The driver said that he had just gotten to Grand Rapids to pick up the truck, and he was taking it to eventually came out, he was taking it to Traverse City for repairs, which is commerce. You're maintaining the business, you're maintaining the truck, you're maintaining operations.
Oh, it almost sounds like they're delineating between traveling in a private capacity and actually engaging in commerce on the open roadways. It almost sounds like they're talking about that.
What, if anything, did you do as a result of these concerns?
I called a more senior officer that I'd only been doing commercial vehicle enforcement since April. And so I called one of the officers that helped train me. Just it wasn't clear to me what they could be doing as far as how this would be lodged with commercial traffic.
And after speaking with that other officer, what did you do?
I talked to the driver some more, and he showed me the rear of the truck. They weren't carrying anything. But they had a couple personal bags. Each had a duffel bag, and I asked consent to search each duffel bag, the presence of each, Mr. Lasker and Mr. Rankin.
Okay. Did you receive any identification as to whose bag was whose?
Yes, they pointed out to each one. One was red, one was black. I'd have to refer to my report whose was what, but they were standing in my presence and indicated that was their bag.
Okay. What, if anything, did you find in defendant's bag?
I found a box of 45 APC handgun shells.
And what, if any,
I found a box of 45 ACP handgun shells. Okay, so what? Again, we're in America, right? Land of the free, home of the brave, home of the Second Amendment.
concerns did this raise?
Well, being 1,000 miles from home, it would seem unlikely that one would carry ammunition and no firearm.
What, if anything, did you do based on this suspicion?
I asked the driver for consent to search. He did not wish.
This is so petty, man. This is so petty. In other words, this trooper is admitting to going on a fishing expedition. We're going to get him. We're going to get him on something. And if I find anything, I'm going to question everything. And if the answer is not logical by my sensibilities, my law enforcement low IQ sensibilities, you're probably going to jail.
Allow that. So I asked the owner over the phone, Mr. Desmond.
I'm going to object, Your Honor. That is hearsay.
It is.
I agree that is hearsay.
I have been
Without saying who said anything, who did you speak to on the phone?
Again, I'm going to object. It's hearsay. Perhaps there's no way to determine who is actually on the phone.
Mr. Carnes?
I think I can skip over that. What did you do after talking to other people?
I searched the cab of the truck.
And
And I searched what I thought was
Thank you, JT. I appreciate that.
a woman's handbag that was buried under the front passenger seat. It was heavy. Felt like it could potentially have handgun in it, or a firearm of some sort. It wasn't big enough to carry a long gun.
And what did you find in that bag?
2 semi-automatic pistols, black in color, both 45, both had magazines, with ammunition in the pistol.
God, if I was the judge at this point, I'd be like, what the hell are you guys talking about? I mean, do you want to be free or don't you want to be free? You want this to be land of the free, home of the brave, or land of the free, home of the slave? You can't have both. What do you 45 caliber ACP bullets? Who cares? They're going to find 2 handguns in another heavy duffel bag. Who cares?
What if any state?
And the way they throw this case out, and this judge destroys this trooper, is just as pathetic as the case they're bringing forth. And that's why I wanted to show this to you. You shouldn't need anything. If you have the supreme law of the land, the law above all other laws, even Dakota knows this. Look at it. He knows this in his sleep with his eyes closed, and he's blind. If you have a supreme law of the land, there's nothing higher, or that would be called the supreme law of the land. And yet they treat Pennsylvania versus Mims, Terry v. Ohio, all these other stupid Supreme Court cases as higher than the Constitution that they're claiming is the supreme law of the land. It drives me crazy. These people are bipolar.
Hold on. Mr. Lassiter, did you need to speak with Mr. Champion?
Yes.
Mr. Champion, can you get into a breakout room?
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Lassiter, Mr. Champion's going to join Zoom, and I'll put you both into a breakout room.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Champion, are we able to proceed?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Carnes?
What, if anything, did defendant tell you after this?
I did read them. We went back to my patrol car, I read them, Marine, and we agreed to speak with them. Purchased one of the two guns from a dancer named Lyric, and I'm not sure where the other. I have to refer to my report.
Did he make, what, if any, statements did he make about the guns?
That they were his guns, and that the one he purchased from the dancer named Lyric, and I cannot, without referring to my report, refer where the other gun came from.
It's okay, I don't think it's relevant. So you said these guns were found in a bag. Again, where in the vehicle was that bag found?
So the truck only has a bench seat, driver, passenger, and there's a person sitting in the middle as well. And it's like a 60-40 or 70-30 split seat, where 70% of the seats on folds up, and underneath there was things you would find in a truck, bags, triangles, like reflective triangles, and underneath that was what I interpreted was a woman's. My wife has a purse just like it's a garment leather backpack, black in color.
This was all in the passenger.
It was
area.
stuffed under the. They lifted the seat up and it was stuffed under the seat with some items on top.
And that's the seat the passenger would sit in.
Yes, yes, sir.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Mr. Champion?
I'm sorry if I may go back.
All right, if you're just joining, this is a Michigan State Trooper stopped a commercial box truck on US 131 for a headlight violation, then initiated a standard commercial vehicle inspection, and the driver gave consent to search the cargo area, but the passenger did not give consent to search a particular duffel bag that was under the truck. And we're going to listen to why this judge throws out this case and what he should have said, just to get you up to speed on that. And also thank you to Michael Jordan for that super chat. Appreciate you too.
Did you inspect these guns at all?
I could not read the serial number. There was two guns. One I could read the serial number and run on scene. The other one I cleared to stop. Mr. Lasker and Mr. Rankins went out to travel.
I'm sorry, let me rephrase that question. Did you conduct any visual inspection over all of these handguns?
Eventually, they did clear them at the scene, and I had to take back the post to observe the serial numbers.
But putting aside any serial numbers, what, if anything, did you notice when you inspected these firearms?
They both had loaded magazines in the magazine walls of each pistol.
Why is a trooper from the state of Michigan making a big deal out of two guns, a box of bullets, and loaded magazines in the guns? What's the deal?
One had a loaded chamber, one did not.
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions now.
Sir, what was the date and time of this?
November 14th, approximately 2 in the afternoon.
In the afternoon, correct?
2024.
Is that correct? It was light out, right?
Yes, it was overcast.
And you first saw this vehicle where?
Okay, now here's another thing. The initial stop was for a light out, and it was daytime.
US 131 northbound?
Was this a private highway?
Yes, sir.
Was it going the other direction?
It was, sir.
You stopped the vehicle where?
M115 near 34 Road.
And the driver was who?
Antonio Wrangler.
This vehicle was a box truck, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How far off the ground was the cab of this vehicle?
4.5 feet, yes, sir.
Could you see it just walking up and look into it?
I'm gonna have to remember that, Anon Mouse. An unloaded gun is a poorly designed hammer.
Or did you have to get up on the?
I stepped up on to talk to the driver.
So you stopped the vehicle about 12 o'clock, is that right?
2 o'clock.
Or 2 o'clock? And about 3 o'clock, you searched it, is that right?
That's what's in the report, sir.
Your report says that 50 minutes into the conversation with individuals that you started the search, is that right? You stopped the vehicle for a simple equipment violation.
Yes, sir.
It's not a violation in the middle of the day to have headlights, is that correct?
To not have headlights?
To have headlights. Is there-
I love that. You stopped the vehicle for a simple equipment violation. Is there not a violation in the middle of the day to have headlights? Is that correct? Why did you stop him in the middle of the day when he didn't even really need his headlights?
For a commercial motor vehicle.
In the middle of the day?
Yes, sir.
They have to be operating?
No, they don't have to be operating.
This had headlights, is that correct?
That's when it functions.
Didn't function, but it had, correct?
Yeah, but I had in the other case, I don't know if they had a bulb in it, sir.
Did it have a ball in it?
I don't know if it had a bulb in it, sir. It wasn't.
There's a viral video of this traffic stop. Is that true? If there's a video of this traffic stop, somebody email me the link.
It didn't light up.
Did you check it?
Did you check
Both
that?
of them?
Did I look inside of it? No, when I walked around the front, yes, you could see the passenger side.
What lights did you check during this inspection?
The headlights.
Any others?
I did not.
What were the conditions of the brake?
You're talking about a level 1 inspection.
Now, what inspections did you do?
I ultimately did a level 3.
What inspections did you do?
Driver document inspection, level 3.
They said they picked up a vehicle and was taken for repairs. Is that correct?
That's what he says.
And is there anything wrong with that?
He's still required to show me a log of how he got the calipers.
Was he on a trip?
Yes,
What was that trip? To Traverse City, is that
that's
correct?
what he said, sir.
But you found that suspicious, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, backpacks or duffel bags that you described as red and black. I believe that was the first thing you searched, and that was at approximately 3 o'clock, a few minutes before 3 o'clock, is that right? So between the time you stopped the vehicle and the time that you searched for the backpacks, you issued a citation?
No,
What did you do in that 50 minutes?
completing my inspection.
Pardon?
I was completing my inspection.
Which was?
Commercial motor vehicle inspection, sir.
Which was, exactly.
Mhm.
What was it? What did you do
Ultimately,
in 15 minutes?
I called my senior officer to see what I could be missing.
What were you missing?
I was missing a logbook.
Didn't you call and ask him to help in the search of the vehicle?
I could have.
Is that part of an inspection, to search a vehicle?
We could check the loads, sir.
There wasn't a load. Is that right?
Correct.
In fact, you knew that, correct?
I'm not sure if I knew that when I called.
Well, you opened up the back of the pickup truck or the box truck, is that right?
I'm not sure if that was before the phone call. I watched the first 15 minutes of my stop, sir, of the video.
When did you open the back of the truck, which is a box truck, right?
It was sometime after 15 minutes.
And that's where the duffel bags, personal duffel bags of the two individuals were located, correct?
Yes, sir.
And when you asked to say search the cab of the vehicle, the driver told you no, correct?
He did not say the words no, he said I can't
Thank you for that super chat, FB.
give you
You
permission.
just testified that he did not give you permission.
That's not the word no.
There he goes. Okay, so the trooper just hung himself because he did formally testify that the guy who the duffel bag, the third duffel bag belonged to, did not give consent to have his duffel bag searched, but the trooper went ahead and searched it anyway. The entire case just now fell apart, but it should only fall apart because of one thing, because you have the right to be secure in your person's house, papers, and effects, not because of any court case. It should only be one thing. I hate appealing to court cases because court cases aren't supposed to be the supreme law of the land. Now, the supreme law of the land is not the supreme law of the land either, but according to them, it's supposed to be, and it's a good guideline. I don't have any problem with the Fourth Amendment or the Second Amendment. I think they could have been written way more clear. Could have said the right to keep and bear arms without qualification shall not be infringed by anyone, anywhere, ever. And this Second Amendment cannot be amended and won't be called an amendment.
Speak for itself. Okay. And why did you call someone else?
Why did I call Officer Wolf?
No, why did you call another individual, someone you thought was the owner of the vehicle?
It was,
If the driver had not given you permission.
he had been calling him during the stop, sir.
Pardon?
He had been calling him during the stop. I think he might
Now,
have been.
why did you, if the if the driver gave you permission, why did you find a need to call somebody else to ask for permission?
Oh,
As I recall, the driver called the owner. And it said, the officer asked.
That's the hearsay.
Okay.
I'll allow it. You open the door for it.
What I asked is why? Why did he?
Because the driver said, I've only had the truck 2 hours. I don't feel I can give you permission.
So you didn't have permission, is that correct?
And he did not say no. That was my testimony.
Did the passenger give you permission to search?
He did not. Just the bag. They did give me permission to search the bags.
there you
And
go.
you searched that, but he did not give you permission to search the passenger. Is that correct?
You put your nose in somebody else's business when they just said they don't want you to put your nose in their business, and you did it anyway, didn't you?
Clarify, sir.
You my client did not give you permission to search the cab of the vehicle.
He did
Right.
not. He did not.
And you found a bag, a sealed bag in that. What was in that bag, correct? You didn't have permission from anyone to search that bag. Is that correct? Or you did not have anyone's permission to search that bag. Is that right?
Not Mr. Lesser.
And you didn't know who the bag belonged to. Is
I
that
did not.
correct?
I did not.
And that was a little over an hour into the stop. Is that right?
That's what the clock says.
And up to that point in time, you never
He's chewing them up. He's making his case.
advised anyone of the Miranda rights, correct?
Not at that time, no, sir.
You've already said you were over 1,000 miles from home. Is that right?
That's my estimate.
They weren't free to leave. Is that correct?
We were on a commercial vehicle inspection, sir.
Well, that doesn't apply to the passenger, correct?
Did you see it leave at any time?
Was he?
Look, there's case law. I don't know what the time.
Now, my question to you, was he free to leave?
I don't remember what to say.
You sure you didn't?
I don't know that I said those words, sir.
You don't have to save those words. You know for a fact, everybody knows that if you're pulled over by a cop, it doesn't have to be a state trooper. It could be a deputy. It could be just a regular police officer, no stripes on the sleeves. You know very well that if they pull you over, you are not free to leave. Just try leaving and see what happens. They will hunt you down. And if they deem necessary, they'll gun you down. I don't know if I said those words, but it's implied, isn't it? Isn't it implied? Doesn't everybody pretty much understand when they get pulled over by a cop, they can't just drive off now without some serious repercussions? This guy is just completely evading the question, just like all cops do.
Officer Rickliffs, in November of 2024, how long had you been working as a motor vehicle officer or commercial motor vehicle officer?
April 10th of that year was my first day on my own.
And how long was your average commercial motor vehicle stopped during the year of 2024?
From May 1st to this end of December, my average inspection was 38 minutes and 54 seconds.
Oh my God, did you hear that? From May 1st to the end of December, my average inspection was 38 minutes and 54 seconds. And how many inspections? That is a harassment. That's a detainment. It's like 38. for the better part of an hour, you detained me at gunpoint, and I'm not free to leave. This is not that. If you can be detained for that long, even 5 minutes, this can't be the land of the free.
What is the legal
This kind of stuff just infuriates me, man. I can feel my skin getting hot. I start sweating.
significance of a passenger in a commercial motor vehicle as opposed to a private motor vehicle?
There's a federal regulation that only authorizes.
Oh, wait, what did he say? What is the legal significance of a passenger in a commercial motor vehicle as opposed to a private motor vehicle?
Passengers authorized by the carrier to provide. A driver cannot Uber passengers around in his travels if he's a property carrying driver.
Thank you, officer. I have no further questions.
Mr. Champion?
What type of vehicles were those that you were inspecting?
Can you clarify, sir?
Well, you said it takes an average of 38 minutes per inspection, correct?
It could, yes, sir.
What type of vehicles were you inspecting?
It could be anything from what you would think of an 18-wheeler to a pickup truck and trailers.
Times change based upon that?
They can.
So when you say 38 minutes, what are you looking for in that first 38 minutes?
That's the average time of that year.
In this, you didn't even start to search the vehicle until 50 minutes, correct?
That's what that's what the time says, sir.
And this vehicle had no cargo, correct?
No,
And the basket was being transported from one location to another for.
Mr. Conant?
What if any concern was raised with this vehicle traveling from Allen to Traverse City for
God, I wish they would get this audio just pinned down, man. This sucks.
driver was
Can't they have like a DJI wireless mic or something in there?
Mr. Rankins was
It's these microphones are sitting on this podium or on a desk, and any kind of shuffling around or pounding on the desk comes across in the audio. And not only that, it's not good. It's not stereo. This is 2026. We can't get better than this.
uncertain of what exactly was wrong with the truck. He couldn't articulate it. Towards the end, he said it had something to do with the cargo line. I did not see outward need for repairs.
Trooper, a couple questions I have.
Did you ever get consent to search the bags? That's it.
Do you ever get consent to search the bags?
The duffel bags, sir.
The
Not
duffel bags in the back, but I'm sorry. So you got consent to search the bags in the cargo area, correct?
Yes,
But the bag underneath the front seat, did you get permission to search that?
I did not, sir.
Did anybody ever claim that bag?
After I searched it, Mr. Lasser claimed it, sir.
Did you give anybody the opportunity to claim it beforehand?
I did not. I thought it was only this person.
Was anybody around the vehicle when you searched that, what you thought was a purse?
I believe everybody was standing in front of the truck, or the front of the truck.
And nobody said, hey, that's my bag underneath there.
No, sir. I felt the bag was heavy, sir. It was heavier than what I thought it should be. Found 2 guns. I came around the door and I said, whose bag is this? Mr. Lasser said it was his, and he said, as I recall, I didn't give you permission to search it.
Was that before or after you opened it?
It was after I opened it, sir.
And you said as he recalled, he didn't give you permission to search it?
No, he said you didn't ask me for permission.
Okay. And do you recall what types of firearms they were that you located?
One was a 1911, and I'm sure of the manufacturer, and they're both 45s, which matched the ammo in the bag. And the other one was a Smith & Wesson semi-automatic.
Okay.
45.
Now, when I think of a box truck, I think of a stake truck with a cargo box on the back of it.
It was a van boxer, like a rider truck with an
Okay.
enclosed boxer.
All right. And so I can see, do you remember what type of truck it was?
I believe it's an international, but it could have been another brand.
Okay.
But
So
it was yellow as if it was at one time. It's like a Penske or a rider truck.
all right. So it's not like a van box truck, but an actual
Pass-through.
tractor.
No, it's a continuous truck. We call it straight truck. There's no trailer.
When you searched underneath the seat of the vehicle, you had already seen that the cargo bay was empty other than the duffel bags back.
Duffel bag, a pallet jack, and a spare tire with no rim.
And help me understand what the stop was for. Why did you actually stop the vehicle?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It had a headlight that wasn't operating.
And when did you realize it didn't have the DOT numbers?
It had DOT numbers, but it's not the ones of the company that he told me. The driver tells me it's
Okay.
A&D Logistics. And it had a spot on the door where you could see the sticky tape where it had some driver, all he needs is either a magnet.
Mhm.
It only has to be written. It could be a magnet, it could be a sign. And this, you see the remnants of the sticky tape, but the square's missing.
So it had DOT numbers on it, just not assigned to that.
Not the
company.
one that of the company that the driver tells me it was A&D Logistics.
And you, if I understood you correctly, you said you encountered the vehicle on 131,
Yes, sir.
and were you headed the same direction or an opposite direction?
Opposites. That's why it took me so long to catch up to it.
All right, so it was headed which direction?
Up westbound on 150.
But when you first saw it, where,
It was northbound on 131, sir.
all right, and where did you first see it on northbound 131?
About where the rest area is. We were going off.
Just south of town. All right. And then where did you must have been headed southbound then?
Yes, sir.
Where did you make?
Who cares about any of this stuff? You pulled him over because you said his headlight was bad. It's in the daytime, so there's no real legitimate reason to pull him over. And then you conducted an unconstitutional anti-Fourth Amendment search of the compartment without consent in that one particular duffel bag.
Make your turn
At the county line.
Who cares about where you were, when you were there, what's going on? Just get the cop to admit he violated this guy's constitutionally protected rights, and then go from there. Ask pertinent questions, not these stupid questions. Who is the victim? Who is the complaining party?
And then,
Oh, that's right. There is no complaining party. And if you say the state is a complaining party, then bring the state here. Where is he? Where is this flesh and blood man that was wronged by this other man? Where is he? We're operating on this legal fiction, this ens legis thing here.
they turned on the 150.
Council, does that raise any additional questions?
Not on behalf of the people.
Mr. Champion?
It does.
Okay, we're bringing this home now. We're bringing this home. Last 9 minutes,
So when you found
8 minutes.
the bag, you had no permission to open the bag from either the driver or the passenger. Is that right? And you opened it and then you approached Mr. Lasker and asked, whose is this?
I believe I just asked them both, who's this?
Is it true that you placed Mr. Lasker in the back of your patrol car at that point in time?
No, sir, he was never in the back of the patrol.
Was he in the front of your patrol car?
Yes, I don't know what time inspired between, that's where we talked.
If the report indicates at that point in time, you advised him of his rights, and that's when and you told him that if he admitted that he did not go to jail, would that refresh your memory?
I said it. Did you, that's it.
Did you advise Mr. Lassiter after you found the guns and ask him who they belonged to? That was after he was placed in your patrol car and you advised him of his Miranda rights, or what
That comment, that's, I don't recall ever saying anything about if you confess, you won't go to jail.
the report indicates that, and the body cam indicates that. You don't disagree with that.
I said, if you confess, you won't go to jail.
Yeah.
That just does not sound like me, sir.
So you had no permission
In
to
the
search?
report, sir?
Yes. So you had no permission to
I
search?
probably told him I was taking the jail.
Hold on, let him finish his question.
You had no permission to ever search his bag from either the passenger or the driver, is that correct?
Thank you.
Mr. Carnes?
Can you explain, what permission you had to search the cab of the vehicle where this bag was found?
Mr. Desmond gave me permission to search the cab. I felt I had probable cause to search it with the ammunition.
And who is Mr. Desmond?
He's the owner of the company.
That's my question.
Mr. Champion?
Nothing further.
Trooper, you just stated that you thought you had probable cause to search based on what you found in
The ammunition.
the ammunition. Can you explain that for me?
Now, the probable cause of what? I hate it. People just throw out this probable cause, reasonable articulable suspicion. There's an of attached to that. Probable cause or that. Probable cause that a crime has been committed. Reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. You can't just say, yeah, we just suspect. Well, you just look suspicious. Yeah, but suspicious of what? Just suspicious. Just generally suspicious. I have probable cause. That what? Just probable cause. No, you can't just have probable cause. You have to have probable cause of something. What is that something you're supposed to have probable cause of? That another being, another individual, another person has been harmed, threatened, stolen from, property damaged, no recompense. That's what it's supposed to be. If there is no victim, then none of this matters, guys. None of this is supposed to matter. This ties people's time up, and you can't get this time back. Even if all that cost you was time, you can't get that time back. But it costs you time. It costs you money. You got to get representation. They don't pay attention. A lot of them don't pay attention to if you go pro se. It's just a Shiite show.
Just the, would be a high, to me, it would be highly unusual to travel with handgun ammunition to not have a handgun present, sir.
And what do you base that on?
Life experience, sir.
That would be,
Wait, what? It would be, to me, it would be highly unusual to travel with a handgun ammunition to not have a handgun present. Who cares? Who cares? Maybe he's stupid. Let him be stupid. If you just want to travel with ammunition, or you just want to travel with a gun without ammunition, who cares? What's the point?
Being a gun owner, being in law enforcement.
so then when you searched the cab of the truck, you were looking, your
My
thought
was
process,
find
you
a
would
gun.
find a firearm.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Carnes.
Your thought process would be to find out that he's exercising his Second Amendment right. Is that what you're saying? I can't stand people like this judge. I don't like him because he's not staying with what's in accordance with natural law. Natural law requires, if you're going to charge somebody, if you're going to make them pay for something, if you're going to take away their freedom and put them in jail, then some real flesh and blood person has to have been harmed. You can't harm the state. The state isn't a person. It's a fiction. It's that great fiction by which everyone seeks to live at the expense of everyone else. It's fallacy.
Does that raise any additional questions,
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Champion?
What you found was in the cat, was not in the cab
Okay, now here's the last 5 minutes of this. Listen closely.
vehicle, is that correct?
Yes, sir, it was. It was under the seat.
The ammunition was in the back, is that right?
It was
Cargo area.
in the duffel bag.
And the bag that you found was a sealed bag, and you did not ask who that belonged to, is that right?
I did not, sir.
And you opened it without anyone's permission, is that correct?
I just fall behind it.
And,
There's no further questions.
Trooper, after you found the ammunition, did you question anybody about the ammunition?
Mr. Lester said it was his, and we asked if Trooper Campbell could pat him down, and he agreed.
Did you ask anything about whether there were any weapons in the vehicle?
I do not recall. I mean, that seems like a logical question, sir, but I don't want to just.
Very much. Mr. Carnes, any additional questions?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Champion,
nothing further.
may the trooper step down. Mr. Carnes' argument?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so here are the closing arguments. Closing arguments.
I do think probable cause exists to bind the defendant over on the charge of carrying a concealed weapon. We did hear testimony that this vehicle was stopped for defective equipment.
There you go. See, the problem with this judge is even if he wanted to do the right thing, he's bound by what he's claimed to uphold, and that's their Michigan state laws. He says, I do think probable cause exists to bind the defendant over on the charge of carrying a concealed weapon. On the charge of exercising his Second Amendment rights, the judge should say, what the hell are you talking about? And why are you standing here so smug in my courtroom? We did hear testimony that this vehicle was stopped for defective equipment. There was an inspection. There was, here, I'll just let him keep talking.
Inspection, there were questions asked. There was a consent search in the rear of the vehicle, which turned up ammunition. Certainly nothing illegal about that in the rear of the vehicle, but it did raise suspicions. Then there was a consent search of the cab of the vehicle, which turned up 2 loaded .45 pistols, which does violate the carrying a concealed weapon statute. in Michigan.
Which violates the carrying a concealed weapon statute in Michigan. That says it all right there.
I would ask the court to bind the defendant over as charged. Thank you.
Mr. Champion.
It
We look
became,
at the case of people.
it actually became fruit of the poisonous tree in this case right here.
Mead 503, Mich 205, 2019. The officer here did not have permission to search a closed bag in a compartment that he could have easily identified who it was and asked for permission. He did not have a search warrant to open that bag. With that, I would ask that the search be suppressed. The weapons in this matter is not used.
Why would you have, see, I don't get that. Why would you have to suppress the finding of a concealed weapon when we have this right here? Everybody in the courtroom, the prosecutor, the defense attorney, and the judge are basically saying the Second Amendment doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And this is why I constantly say with Lysander Spooner, and people are constantly getting mad at me about this. But Lysander Spooner said, whatever the Constitution may be, this much is certain. It's either authorized such a tyrannical government as we have, or it's been powerless to stop it. In either case, it's unfit to exist. Because as good as the Second Amendment is, I mean, it literally says shall not be infringed. And they're sitting here talking about, you know, that infringement is necessary. It's vital. It's legitimate. And it's not. Oh, man, I just get PO'd about this. PO'd, I tell ya.
It is within the district court purview because we are considering whether there's sufficient evidence to bind the defendant over.
It's been fruit of the poisonous tree for over 160 years. And think about the concept of fruit of the poisonous tree. In other words, if the cops didn't cross their T's and dot their I's during the stop, then whatever else they found after that gets thrown out and suppressed and can't be taken into evidence, which is just such, you're talking about bags of weed and guns that you should be able to have as a right to pursue life, liberty, and happiness. What's to suppress? Oh yeah, we have to suppress the fact that he was traveling and exercising his Second Amendment right to have a personal protection device. We have to suppress the fact that he was trying to enjoy himself with this bag of white powdery substance. Even the fruit of the poisonous tree concept is rooted in lies and deception.
It is proper to bring a motion to suppress, which might not be entirely what this is, but the court can consider it as such when determining whether or not there's enough probable cause to bind a defendant over. In this case, the people are well aware of, not the people, the court is well aware of People versus Mead. That case is very clear that a person cannot consent away the rights of another in the search of a motor vehicle.
Why do you need to appeal to a Supreme Court case when you got what you call the supreme law of the land, the Fourth Amendment?
In that case, which might be a little distinguishable from this case at hand, that case, the people received consent to search a motor vehicle. The parties were removed from the vehicle, but prior to removal of the vehicle, my recollection is that a person was holding a backpack. That backpack was left in the vehicle, who would have been a passenger of the vehicle, and law enforcement searched the vehicle. The Michigan Supreme Court held that the driver could not consent away the rights of a person in their backpack and therefore found the search unreasonable and unlawful. In this case, while the officer...
how about unconstitutional? How about that? Can we enter that into evidence?
Testified that he believed he had probable cause to search the truck, the cab of the truck, based on what he found in the duffel bag, the ammunition. He did not go in through a probable cause search, as indicated in a roundabout way, because we had some objections to hearsay. But it came out that he had essentially obtained permission to search the vehicle through another person. Now, that question becomes whether or not there is sufficient showing of ownership in the what was described essentially as a woman's purse underneath the passenger seat of the truck. But it's also clear, at least to this court, based on the testimony, that the passengers weren't given the opportunity to claim or disclaim any association with items.
God, why are there so many words? Put a 1 in the room if you're sick of the word salad. You're sick. I don't, maybe I am a simpleton and I'd be willing to admit that, but I think it's better to keep things simple. Like, KISS, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Was there a crime committed? Well, how do we know if there was or wasn't? Is there a victim that was harmed in any way, economically, physically? Was there a victim? No, there wasn't. If there was no victim, there was no crime. What are we talking about here? What are we doing here, fellas? I don't want to see any more of these come into my courtroom again. Period. You don't even need you don't need the Second Amendment. You don't need the Fourth Amendment. You don't need the Constitution. You don't need any element of the Bill of Rights. All you got to do is ask yourself a question. Would I want the same action to befall me that befell that truck driver by that cop? Would that cop want that same action to befall him if he wasn't doing anything wrong, if he wasn't committing a crime, if he didn't initiate unjust force and violence on peaceful people who haven't done anything wrong? No, he wouldn't. And he's a liar if he said he would. Well, this is a land of laws. We fall under the rule of law. I'm under the social contract like everybody else. No, you're a liar if you say, no, I want to be meddled with. I want to be interrupted in my pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. No, you don't. You're either a liar or a psychopath, or you're both, but you're not telling the truth. You wouldn't want the same thing to happen to you. Okay, so we got 1 minute and 30 seconds left on this.
In the truck before they were searched. As such, I do find that this search was an illegal search under People versus Meade. The court will suppress the firearm that was located pursuant to the search.
Why would you have to suppress it? Why suppress the firearm? He's got the right to have that firearm. Why suppress it? And Jay Lobo just comes in here, just sachets himself in here, and just drops a gift bomb on everybody in the room. If you get a Here's the Deal membership, it came to you courtesy of, I was about to say, courtesy of the red, white, and blue. No, courtesy of Jay Lobo. Jay Lobo, I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. No, oh man, I just opened up another window. So who's getting these? Oh, I can't see it on my StreamYard, but it looks like Backer Shamil got one, High Spy got one, Sin City, Honorable, Bill got one, Lord, Barry. Let's see, who else? Jonathan, Dawn, Lisa, Max. If you get a membership, a free membership from Jay Lobo, which he paid for, give him a thanks. Give him a shout out. Thank you, Jay. You're awesome, man.
Was the firearm?
All right, last minute and 30 seconds here. I'm going to back it up 10 seconds.
Has been a legal search under People.
I'm going to try like crazy, guys. I'm going to try like crazy to not interrupt.
Versus Meade. The court will suppress the firearm that was located pursuant to the search. And because the firearm has been suppressed, I find there is not probable cause to bind the case over to the circuit court. Therefore, the case is dismissed without prejudice.
Without prejudice, which means if they come up with evidence in the future against him to make this stand, then they can introduce that into evidence and then they can proceed to the next circuit. But if it's with prejudice, then they won't be able to do that. But he's doing it without prejudice.
Which means, Mr. Lassiter, if the prosecution can rebring the case, if they present other evidence to the court at a preliminary examination, but as of the time being, I am dismissing the case without probable cause. Do you have any questions about that?
No, sir, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Champion, Mr. Carnes, anything else for the record?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you.
The judge.
That is such BS, guys. All of this was BS. Even the reason the case was dismissed was BS, because it's a sliding scale. It's whatever they think it is. It could have gone another way because there's nothing rock solid. There is no supreme law of the land that's recognized by these black robe tyrants. And he was truly being a tyrant. He should have said, there ain't no way. First of all, I'm not going to suppress it because having a concealed handgun is not a big problem. As a matter of fact, it is a right that I want everybody to exercise. I want everybody to be safe. You have the right to keep and bear arms. That right shall not be infringed. And I'll be damned as a judge if I'm going to sit here and infringe upon that. So I'm not even, there's nothing to suppress. If this guy had a whole truckload of weed in the back of his truck, a whole 500 pounds of it or something, you're going to have to show me who he victimized to get it. Because if there is no victim, he has the right to pursue happiness with that 500 pounds in the back of his truck. If anybody thinks I'm wrong about, but Brian, drugs are really dangerous. Okay, let's say it was a truck full of Drano. Drano's dangerous, but that's okay. Well, what if somebody drinks Drano? You know what? If somebody drinks Drano, if they're stupid enough, maybe we don't need them. Maybe they shouldn't be here. You have the right to life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. And if that means that you got 16 acres that you want to grow hemp on, people should just leave you the frick alone. If I am wrong about any of this, I want to hear what you guys have to say about it. This just burns me up, man. It burns me up inside. This isn't the land of the free, home of the brave. Do you want me to open this up? Does anybody have anything to say? You want to call in and add your 2 cents about this particular court case where Corey J. Wiggins declared, there's not enough probable cause to take this to the next level. We're going to have to suppress this evidence right here. He should have just done it by saying, you should have never stopped the truck in the first place. What the hell's wrong with you? Oh, light out? Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes to maybe pull him over in a safe spot if you can. If you can't do it safely, don't do it. And just tell this guy his lights out. But make sure it's nighttime and he doesn't need his lights. So ridiculous. I'm going to put here's the link. I'm not going to preface it with anything. If you see a StreamYard link, it's because that's the call-in link. And I'm just not, I'm holding Dakota and I'm not going to be able to type anything right here. Little Dakota is just, oh my gosh. It almost brings me to tears thinking about what's going on with him. He's about 17 or 18 years old. And I'm telling you guys, this little guy has lived a really good life. And for a little dog, I've only known in my lifetime growing up as a kid, aggressive Chihuahuas. This little guy is like the friendliest Chihuahua. I've never seen 1 ounce of aggression. Even when I got his chew toy, his elephant's not here. He loves the elephant. But even when I do the elephant thing, he's super nice about, he's like, I really want the elephant. Please, could you let it go? I just want to play with my elephant. He's super polite. This little guy has been the best, man. He's got the biggest heart. And I saw Steve Harola saying something about he just recently had to put his pet down. It will just like rip your heart out, man. Let me read what you guys have to say here. Let's see. Lost my 18-year-old Chihuahua last month. Oh man, I am sorry to hear that. Who said that? Oh man, where did it go? I just saw it and it disappeared. Oh man, where is it? Oh, this is it right here. VA outlaw, man. I am so sorry to hear that. Oh, I am a sapsucker, man. I just get all choked up when I think about that stuff. Just think about this VA though, man. You got great memories, and that dog, I am convinced that dog lived such a good life. That dog went out happy. Hey Susan, how you doing? Susan, you're up. Can you hear me? It says Susan is there, but I do not hear you, Susan. Susan, you might be muted. All right, I'm going to remove you if you can figure out your audio problem. Oh, wait a second. Do I have you muted? No. Yeah, you're muted on your end.
Hear me now?
Oh, there you go. There you are. I can hear you. Hello. I don't hear you now.
So can you hear me now?
There you are. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to say, I said something in the chat that I really think that it's important that we hold these guys, these judges, to their oath.
But how do we do that?
Well, when I went before a judge, unfortunately, I asked him if he swore an oath to uphold my constitutional rights, and he skated around that by saying that his oath was filed with the Secretary of State, and I was just learning all this stuff, so I allowed him to get me off track, which when we go before these guys, we are supposed to just hold them to that. And if they're not going to abide by the oaths, as long as there's not an injured party and we have not in fact committed a crime, that we are supposed to hold them to that oath. And if they are not going to abide by that oath, then we need to ask them to step down. Now, I don't know, I've never tried that, excuse me, but it's very intimidating when you go before them. So,
Yeah, and it's a bummer too because it's almost like, well, it's not almost like, it's exactly like you're operating on two different planes, you're on two different worlds, and they are operating from the perspective of, hey, I'm going to keep my oath. And what they think by keeping their oath is, I'm going to follow the Constitution and all the laws of the state, most of which are in direct contradiction to the Constitution. And then you have Marbury versus Madison from 1803, where they granted themselves, the Supreme Court granted themselves the power of judicial review. In other words, they became the priests of the state, and they're like, yeah, you got the Constitution, but we reserve the right to tell you what it means and how to apply it.
yeah, but I don't know if you've ever watched Carl Miller's Constitution videos.
Watched it all. Yep, a couple
He goes
times.
into, I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of feedback, so I feel like I can hear us talking.
Do you have headphones? Are you talking through headphones, or are you
No.
listening by speaker?
I'm just listening by speaker. I don't.
Yeah, the feedback's coming from you. If you put headphones in, that's why people wear headphones on live streams. So
Okay,
that they
I've
don't.
never done this before.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Sorry.
We can hear you though. What you can do is, if you're going by a speaker, you can turn your speaker down while you're talking, and then just turn it back up while I'm talking.
Okay. Yeah. So
Go ahead.
I
We're
was just
we're listening.
listening again. Okay. Yeah. It's just a little confusing. Yeah. I've been wanting to talk with you, Brian, because I have a big case, right to travel case, and it was a big mess. I was arrested, and I was jailed for 34 days for exercising my right to travel. Um, and it's still ongoing. The judge had me come back and forth to the court, and he was not honoring his oath. And I filed a counterclaim, which I wasn't really sure of what I was doing, but I wanted to hold these people accountable for their actions against me. And I'm trying to form groups within our communities so that we can actually file the appropriate paperwork to hold these guys to their oaths. Because what's happening is, I was told by someone in my town, that by a constable, actually, he told me that the officers are told by the mayor of this particular town that if you don't get the tickets, you don't get the hours.
If you don't get tickets, you don't get what?
If the officers don't get the tickets, if they don't pull people over, they don't get
Right.
the hours. They don't get to keep their job, in other words.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
pressured into doing this.
They have a quota. Yeah.
They do. Yeah. So I would like
What
to
state?
form
What state are you in?
Pennsylvania.
And was the right to travel pullover? Was the stop recorded? Did you record it, or did you get the body cam footage?
I got the body cam footage. Actually, the court of the public defender for me, and I fired the public defender on the record. I filed a motion to dismiss the public defender because they want to attach that attorney to you so that you give up all your rights.
Yeah.
In fact, the first time around, the prosecutor had me, I was getting really intimidated because I thought I was going to go to jail. So they had me initial giving my rights away, which I didn't realize at the time. I wasn't quite sure what I was doing, but I I entered that guilty plea. And I initialed everything. My initials, I put U period D period 1-308, which is retaining all my rights to each and every charge that they were coming against me on. So when the prosecutor took that up to the judge, I saw the judge hand it back, and he said, no, I can't accept that. Well, of course he couldn't accept it because I was retaining all my rights and he was not allowed to move forward by me doing so.
Do you have your video or the body cam video on do you have a website or do you have a YouTube channel or anything?
I don't. No, I don't do YouTube. I don't have any, I really don't do any of that.
Can you send me the information on your case via email?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
send that to me. And I'll take a look at that. And for my email, it's contact@highimpactflix.com. But if you forget that, it's under the website is under all of my videos. So you can click on that and you'll get the email address. Contact@highimpactflix.com.
Okay.
Susan, I'm going to go to the next caller because I don't want to leave people waiting too long.
Thank you very much, Brian. Take
All right.
care.
Appreciate you. Thanks for calling in. What's up, Schmill? Oh man. Oh, there's his face. What's up,
Brian?
What's up, you handsome dude? Hey, tell us how much you love the NYPD.
I love NYPD. The greatest people ever.
You love the boot, don't you?
Yeah, I love it.
You love the boot.
I love it. I'll lick it.
Okay, now
every
everybody,
day.
you got to understand, Schmill is the guy in the room that's constantly being sarcastic. He's not a bootlicker. He does not want UBI and a robot puppy. He's just kidding.
You know it's going to happen, right, Brian?
No, we are going to resist. I'm not sorry. I'm going to have hope. I'm going to hope against hope.
Well, I saw how we did resist during the whole planned pandemic, right? Me losing the job. And let me tell you something else interesting. I decided not to pay income tax, the April 15th thing, right? So what the state did, basically, they garnished my salary, whatever the amount that I owe. So by force, they kind of went over my head and just, went into my account and started garnishing, taking money, whatever.
Like taking it from your paycheck?
Yes, correct.
Like a certain percentage?
Yes.
What was the percentage they were taking from it?
It was 10% every paycheck until they got the full amount.
Really?
Yes.
And did they send you a letter saying they were going to do this? Did they give you a heads
First,
up?
they were sending letters with, threatening me, saying, they're gonna penalize me, they're gonna do this to me, and I just kept ignoring I wasn't responding to the letters. I was just like throwing them out in the garbage, and that's it. And I was hoping it's gonna go away, but I was wrong. I was so wrong. It wasn't even funny because. The reason why I'm saying why I was ignoring the letters because I had the jury duty during the COVID time. So during the COVID time, I was asked to come for the jury duty, and I said, you know what, I'm not gonna join this circuit. I don't want to go. Basically, and I kept ignoring. They sent me 4 letters saying if I don't show up, they're gonna give me a fine of $1,000, so I'm gonna go to jail for.
Wait, if you don't show up to jury duty?
Yeah, I have a letter. Yeah, I have a letter where it says $1,000 or face jail time. I think it was like 60 days or something like that.
Yeah.
And I ignored it for 4 times that they sent the letters, and it kind of went away. So they left me alone, and that was the end of it. But regarding the taxes, they actually went into my paycheck and they garnished my paycheck until they collected the full amount. So you can't just ignore it.
Did your employer come to you and say, "Hey, I just want to let you know we were contacted by the IRS and this is what they're going to make us do"?
No, they never did.
It just happened.
It just happened. Yes.
They didn't go into your bank account. They went into your paycheck.
Yes, but they have an option to go into my bank account to already find out. Too.
Right,
so
right.
They're able to tap into your bank account and withdraw whatever the amount they want to withdraw and do it that way.
Yeah, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be. I've reached out to and Paymon's reached out to me. Paymon Motahede. I don't know if you've seen him from Freedom Law School. And then there's another lady named Gianna. I can't remember her last name. It's like some kind of Italian name or whatever. Gianna. Oh, God, I'm doing her a great disservice by not remembering her name. But I'm hoping to call them and talk to them, because apparently there are people who achieve success, but then other people don't exactly
No,
meet up with success.
you gotta be really patient. You gotta be able to articulate yourself. You know, when I was trying to get in touch with the IRS, they gave me such a hard time. It was all run around, you know, and I don't have patience. It's like it drains your energy. It's a lot of effort. You spend money to fight the whole system. It's not that easy.
The penalty is the process. The penalty is the process. They've got the deep unlimited pockets, and they will just run the clock out on you.
Exactly. There you go, Brian. They have all the resources available to them to mess with you. Meanwhile, you work 2 jobs, you're stressed out, you running low on energy and time and money. And, you know, like you said, they can do whatever the hell they want to do until you ran out of the patience or, you know, time.
And the other frustrating thing is that nobody wants to listen to our voice. Nobody wants to rally together. Nobody wants to unify. Everybody just wants to wear the ritualistic shame muzzles and go down to Big Pharma and get the CLOT, SHOT. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And same thing with the cops. Every time I record cops, you saw my videos, right? On X.
Yeah.
You will have this bystander walking by and tell me, "Oh, why are you giving them a hard time?" I'm like, I'm just standing there recording the cops without even saying anything. And you have some bootlicker coming along telling me, "Bucky," I mean, they don't know me, but they're saying, "Why would you record cops while they're doing their job?" I'm like, what is it to you that you tell me, you know, to record or not to record? Like, it's a public space, and they, you know.
Meanwhile, on that same street corner, 5,000 video recorders are going. Palantir, Flock Safety, Axon, they're all pointing their cameras at you. They've got shot spotter technology. They're listening to what you have to say. They've got signal trace. They're sucking the data off your phone and your ear pods. And it's like, what the heck? You're gonna be mad at me for recording the police?
Exactly. Yeah. I sent you a screenshot of my job. They now enrolling all the employees into the facial recognition system.
I saw that.
Right. You saw my email. I mean, my little DM. So basically, when I do come into work, I don't have to use a badge. The face automatically will give me access to whatever the locations or facilities at work I need to access. And like for now, I use, where's my badge? My work badge. Hold on, but you know what I'm saying? It's a badge, and
it's an access badge.
Access badge. There you go. Yeah. So now I no longer use access card to, you know, to go around my office and all that stuff.
Pretty soon, it's going to be a slot that you look through, and then they're going to scan your retina.
And not only that, you know, I tell everyone that I don't pay for the bus or train fare. They already have a pilot program where they have cameras for fare evasion.
Yeah,
and they're testing that system in in a trial version where they can catch people, and then they can issue a summons and take the money, withdraw money from the account if you didn't pay. Just based, you know, they're gonna link your face to your bank account or some kind of financial institution where you have your money, and this way they're gonna able to withdraw your money.
Yeah, or social credit. Like you might post something online that they don't like, and they're like, "Oh, okay, well, you're not going to pay for electricity this week because, you know, we're going to cut you off." You know, there's just penalties everywhere. And as soon as they take away fiat currency, as bad as fiat currency is, at least there's some sense of anonymity. Like if I want to buy something from your yard sale, they'll never know it because you know they can't trace that. But that's going to go away too. And once that's gone, man, we are screwed, man.
Big time.
All right, give me something positive before I leave you, man. Before you leave, you got to tell me something positive.
Yes. AI is taking over. My job has a lot of AI being implemented, and they laying people off. And
that's not positive. What are you doing?
And let me tell you, whatever the job I do now is going to be gone too. So whatever the job I'm doing right now, it will be replaced by artificial intelligence at some point within a few years from now.
Let me say something positive then, because I hate AI. Now, there is a benefit to using AI. It can save you a lot of time, but I
Yes.
cannot stand being deceived by an AI video where it's like, whoa, did that really happen? Now I'm not even believing anything. Anytime I see that, even if it's real, even if somebody does a triple backflip, I'm like, okay, that's AI. Forget it. I'm not even watching this stuff. So
Let me
on my channel, I do not want to do any kind of AI stuff like that. I just completely resist it. And there's a lot of other people. Did you see what's the guy's name? Page, his Larry Page. When Larry Page was giving that commencement speech, people would just boot him off this. Every time he said AI, it was boo. We don't want to be replaced by machines. You know, that's
But
kind of a positive thing.
It doesn't matter what people say; they're still gonna go through the whole thing. We already know people can say a lot of things, but you know, that's why I call myself a keyboard warrior. You know, we're just the keyboard warriors. That's all we are. We're not changing anything.
One day we'll be in the trenches together, man. Your name's John Connor. We're going to go after the robots together. And if we die trying, at least we tried to be free, right?
Let me end at this, Brian, and I'll let you go after this. So I had an assignment a couple months ago where this company hired a few people like myself, and I find out it's a media company, like a news company. And they were installing server in a data center, and I was able to find out information. So basically, this is a company that's going to use artificial intelligence to broadcast news without having humans. I mean, there will be a human, but it's going to be what's the word I'm looking for? Like not emoji, but avatar.
Yeah,
you know, like a human. Like it's going to be a human, but it's not going to be a real human.
Yeah.
So this company, I wasn't able to get the information because they were being so secretive about the whole project. I was just doing work for them, and so this news media company is going to use artificial intelligence to broadcast whatever information they want to broadcast without you knowing that it's all fake. But in reality, whatever you see on the screen is going to be real. So
yeah, well, let's keep our humanity, man.
So
God bless you and your family.
You got it, Brian. Take care. All the best. Say hi to Dakota.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Take care.
Bye.
All right, guys. How come when I get on a live stream, nobody wants to come on a live chat? Let's see. There's 2 people that came forward. It's not scary. Tell me what you want to talk about. How much time do I have left? Holy smokes, an hour and 16, 17 minutes. If a frog doesn't hop out when boiling, frog gets cooked. Yeah, AI music has become, and I got to admit, some of it I like, some of it's popular, but if I find out that it is, I just stop listening to it. There's this girl band. Oh, I wanted to show you this. I don't even know what their name is, but does anybody know what I'm talking about? It's a country girl band, and there's 3 girls, and they wear the under eye stuff that you see football players wear. And when you look in the comments, everybody thinks it's real. And you can tell it's not. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Does anybody know the name of that band? I'll pull it up and I'll show you. It's all AI. It's not original music. It's AI generated. There's many AI bands. Yeah, but this one's super hyper viral. YouTube has made sure that it's hyper viral. No, they don't have beards. Let's see. Country. Is it called Wings of Pegasus? Let's see. I don't recognize any of these. Here, let me go to YouTube Shorts. I just can't believe anybody would think it's real. JT gifted another 5. Here's the deal memberships. Thank you, JT. You love AI music. I admit some of it is good, but when I find out that it's AI generated, I stop listening to it. I just don't want to AI generated Viking music. I'd rather die standing than on my knees. Let's see. G-Dent, just go ahead and call in. Here's the link. Just talk to me about it. Go ahead. Somebody had a problem with my Tony Romo video that I did. I just didn't see him as drunk, and I don't think they should have treated the guy like that. I don't care who he is. What's good to see is that a superstar talent like that guy did not pull his "I'm a superstar" card. Come on, talk with the video about you posted yesterday. I'm a big fan. Question a little something you said. Yeah, come on board. What's up, man? You're up. How you doing? You're live. I can hear you. Hello. Hey, great.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, my webcam's covered. I keep it
No, it's
covered.
okay. What's up, man? How you doing?
Good.
Is it Grave? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool.
So I don't know what the subject is. I just now saw that you were live streaming. I was watching a movie.
Let's talk about anything. What's on your mind?
Well, I saw the AI music, and that's pretty terrible stuff. So I just wanted to real quick before I say the other stuff is like I make music, and I've been considering sending it to you, but that's not important or anything. One thing that I want to come on and say right now that's just absolutely crazy, and it blows my mind. But I'll talk about one specific thing. I sit here and I make videos and I film my TV that's right here.
Right.
And when I am filming my TV, it will start, especially in the first thumbnail, it will start suggesting cameras, and it will always have cameras pointed directly at me. And it is, I mean, it's
wait,
crazy.
what starts suggesting cameras? What exactly starts
YouTube.
suggesting it?
So I'll
like as ad placements or what?
As ad placements, as
Really?
videos to watch. So there's one example, and I got it on camera, and I'm about to upload these, but it just blows my mind, because I'll be like, sometimes I'll be reacting to something you said, and I'll be like filming it, giving my reaction, or I'll be reacting to things, and then I'll back out of the video, and in the first slot there will always be like a camera ad, and it'll be looking at me, or sometimes it'll go to it. Yes.
What's your YouTube channel, Grave?
It's Grave 57, but I'd warn you about checking it out, because
why?
Because I rant, I use pretty bad like language, but on top of that, I haven't put these last batch, like I just caught it the other day.
Is it GR4VE57?
Yeah, with an underscore.
Underscore where? Afterwards or in between the 57?
Before the 57. So yeah, some of these I'm about to upload, but I mean, it'll show me a commercial of like a camera looking at me. There's one where like there's this model laying on the ground, and she's got one eye covered. It's like the one eye symbolism. I don't want to
Yeah.
And she's got one eye covered by the camera, the other eye looking up like at the audience. And it'll pull that ad up whenever I am filming, making these videos. And I've missed it so many times because I'll stop filming and I'll, because I'm done saying with what I want to say. But I've caught it a few times. Like putting these thumbnails up of cameras pointed directly at me.
I got to see that, man. When you upload that, can you email me the link and I'll take a look at it?
I'll upload the ones I've got. I mean, because I've got some pretty bizarre examples.
So run me through this again. You're recording and the TV's in the background, and then when you upload the video, they start feeding you.
Yeah.
What?
When I am recording, let's see. I don't know if I can turn my camera around. Yeah, I can do the back-facing camera. So I'll be recording like this. I'll be recording like long, wide screen.
Uh-oh, you froze. Oh no, where'd you go? Device disconnected. Oh shoot, you went away. That wasn't me. Call back, Grave. Magdalene, before he calls back. How's it going? Thanks for calling in.
Yeah. You reacted to one of my videos a couple weeks ago. I was the girl that was filming in Polk County who was attacked by sheriff's deputies. And
you're in Polk County. That's Grady Judd, right?
Yeah. My friend was the driver who was driving, and then I was the person filming. And my channel name is Defund Oligarchy. So I just want to say, first, I appreciated you reacting. I saw that Shield of Shame had reacted and sent it to you. Like my My dad's a really big fan. He loves your videos.
Defund oligarchy? Oh, okay.
We were doing a homeless ministry, and
Yes. Now I remember. Yes. Okay.
and we were leaving.
Yes. Okay. Now
My camera got shut off.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Okay. Talk to me about that. What happened after the camera was shut off? That's what I want. I wanted to, I'm so glad you called in.
It's the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, tell me what happened. And while you're talking, I'm going to try to find that video to refresh people's memory.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I guess just to refresh for people, I wasn't the driver, I was a passenger, and they asked me to get out of the car. So
Yeah.
I opened the door. I opened my window to talk to them. I asked them, I said, I'm not resisting, but I just want to know why. And they said, we don't have to tell you. Just get out of the car. So I got out and I had the camera up in one hand and my other hand out, hands up. And one of the deputies, the one that had been knocking on the window on my side, grabbed the camera, and it was like my camera phone. I'm like still holding it. He turned it off and like flipped me over, and like 5 other deputies came from behind, attacked me from behind.
Mm-hmm.
And they did a hog tie, and the whole time
on you,
on me.
Wait a minute.
What did I do?
Wait a second. Oh my gosh. Were they wearing body cameras? I can't remember.
They don't wear body cameras.
Oh,
they don't wear body cameras. And I've heard that maybe a couple of them might have dash cameras, but overall the policy is that they don't have dash cameras either.
Yeah.
So that camera, like that phone, like that was the only person recording. And so they turned that off. Yeah, they did a hog tie on me, and it was like 6 total, like 6 from behind. And
now,
I'm not.
Let me just say something here, okay?
Yeah.
Hog tie. In my mind, hog tying is they've got your hands cuffed behind your back, and they restrained your ankles,
and they put them together.
And they put them together. They hog tied you,
like hands were handcuffed. They held my ankles and pushed them. So they didn't like tie my ankles, but they pushed my ankles to my wrists and held me like that for a couple minutes. And then,
oh my God.
And
I'm not laughing because it's funny. This is
it's dark humor, right? It's just
it's like, what do you do? Go ahead.
Yeah. And I thought they were just going to ask me questions. I thought they were just going to make me come out and try to ask me questions, to catch you. So when they come flying from, they turn off the camera, and then a bunch more come flying out of nowhere and knock me down. And I'm just like, what's going on? Can you tell me, give me an explanation? What is the reason? And I'm like, how am I being so calm, but inside freaking out? So they held us.
Because you were the calm. You were the calm one in that video. You were the woman's name was Kim, right?
Yes. That's her in the video.
Let me just refresh people's memory. Let me just play 60 seconds of this.
Searched through my car.
Actually, this isn't the actual stop video, is it?
No, there's another one on my channel.
Yeah, let me look for that one. Let's see. Is it this
one that has like the black square?
This right here? That's it. Yeah. Here, let me refresh everybody's memory. This is Kim. Now, you guys help with the homeless, right?
Right. We have a community outreach. So it's not an official nonprofit. It's not an official thing.
Yeah.
That's private property. We're on now. It's private property. We have a friend who he lets people that are homeless live on his land to try to get stabilized. So we like all this stuff here, like everything we're doing, that's private property already. So when people watch, just to keep that in mind, because sometimes people didn't realize we're not like in the park, we're on someone's private land.
Right. So let me play this, and then you're gonna fill in what happened after they took your camera from you. Okay, so let's watch this. Can you hear the audio?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys, here's what happened to Kim, and your name is Magdalene?
Magdalene, like Mary Magdalene.
Okay, Magdalene. Okay, great.
We didn't do anything wrong. He's pulling us over. What?
Guys, this is Sheriff Grady Judd. This is Polk County Sheriff's Department.
I'm not opening the window. What do you want?
Now this is the sheet of paper that she held up
That she holds.
to the window, and it says, "I will remain silent. No searches. I want my lawyer. Please put any tickets under my windshield wiper." So you're not resisting a ticket here. You're like, okay, if you're going to economically penalize me, just put it under the windshield wiper. I won't resist it. I'm not required to sign, and then gives the penal code. I'm not required to hand you my license, penal code. Thus, I'm not opening my window. I will comply with clearly stated lawful orders. Love it. Love it. Oh, good. I'm glad you put the map right there.
Mm-hmm.
She provides her license, her insurance.
I'm shaking. Yes. What can I help you with? What do you need? I'm not opening it.
Just get your driver's license. You have your insurance.
Yes, on my phone. I'm shaking so bad I can't focus.
I do too. I shake
Okay,
when
it's
they're
okay.
around too.
I'm gonna cry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not opening the door. I'm telling you right now, I'm not fucking around with these people. I'm tired of people like just thinking they can do whatever the fuck they want because they
Yeah.
have a badge.
A freaking
It
man.
doesn't work for me.
Okay, you have the license and then the insurance.
Insurance I have on my phone.
Okay.
He did not ask for it.
Man, watching it back is like, it's hard.
I know. It's like
Just hold up the
PTSD.
license to the window. Hold up the insurance to the window.
Look at this. That's all you need. She's being compliant. Like, this is a picture perfect compliance. Wow. Wow.
And watch this guy that comes up on the right.
Is that the guy? Okay, the guy with the beard.
Yeah, he's gonna take a photo of her, what she's showing, so that.
Okay, now if you're just joining us, we're talking to Magdalene, and she's the one who is sitting in the passenger seat of Kim's car right here. This is a video we covered about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay, we're surrounded.
Wow. This is great.
About 3. Let's see, where's that?
This is kind of like a fast forward because we didn't know at the time.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
to kind of put how crazy it was, they are later going to tell her we pulled you over for the okay, because like in Florida, if there's a stop sign, you have to stop at the stop sign, but sometimes there's a painted white bar. Like majority of the time there's a painted bar on the ground.
Yeah.
If you touch that, it's a violation.
Yes.
But if there's no white bar, you're just supposed to stop in general at the stop sign, not a certain number of inches.
Right.
So there's no white bar there. There's no white bar.
And
so,
that's why they said they pulled you over?
At the time, no, but they don't tell her that until they never even tell me that, but they don't tell her that until she gets to booking.
Wow.
Basically, so way later. So that's why I just some people know, like they claim it was just something as simple as like, oh, you went over the white bar.
Yeah.
That doesn't even exist. And like, why didn't they tell you? Like it just seems very pretextual for sure, made up after the fact.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a really rural area. So there's no painted white bar. It's like one of those lands where they split it up. And
yeah, if we were to psychologically peel back the layers here, what do you think the cops' rationale for pulling you guys over was? What do you think they would think?
Yeah, what they told me, because when I got released, I questioned the sergeant a lot, and they said you were seen in a neighborhood that we know has drug activity, and that we make it. He literally said we make it our mission to know who comes in and out of that property, and we didn't know you guys, and everybody who comes in and out gets we check up on them.
Wow.
And he said too, I was like, what's the solution? Because like my ministry is, we try to do small things, but really spend time with people. There's a lot of other ministries that come out, other outreaches too. And so I'm like, people are going to want to help. People are going to want to evangelize. People are going to want to do all types of things.
Right.
Like, what's the solution? And he's like, to burn it to the ground. We don't want people coming out here.
Really?
And that's a place where there's children that live there. There's families. Of course, there are single men who have gotten out of prison or who have, trying to rebuild their lives, or they've gotten like kicked out of their family situation. So there's a lot. It's definitely not all people who have drug
problems.
history, right?
Yeah.
And there's animals. That's the thing that got me too. There's also animals there. Like, we'll bring food for the animals. Because people will go there because they can't take their pets to a homeless shelter. So this man who lives in a rural property, he'll let people live there and bring their pets. And so it's just I didn't really have enough time to argue, because at that point I already been like beat up. So
Yeah,
but,
let's finish
yeah.
this and then you can talk us through it.
Of course, yeah. What is he doing?
I'm helping the homeless.
Just calm down, Just
I'm not putting the window down. No,
open it a crack, just a crack.
I'll open it a crack that far.
Okay,
What do you need? Oh, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're not.
Stop. Okay, stop.
Castle law in Florida states that unless I'm doing something illegal, in Florida states that unless I'm doing something illegal, in Florida states that unless I'm doing something illegal, you cannot come in my vehicle.
Please explain what you need. Please explain your request.
Tell me what we're being stopped
Can you
for.
make the request, please? What is the request?
What do you need from me? I want to know. It's right here. It's right here.
Wow, you guys have such a good case here. Have you started a GoFundMe?
I do have a GoFundMe.
Okay.
Yes. It's probably in the description on this video.
Okay. We're gonna look at that. If I forget, please remind me. Okay. And then
Okay.
I don't think here, you know what? I want to take a look at the
And I guess I just mentioned the Palestine. So the obviously Palestine's a really important issue, but like it's she had bumper stickers on her car, and later on I saw them taking photos. Like, they took photos of her bumper stickers, photos of like this stuff in the car, of like anything that kind of signaled her support or for different issues. And it was kind of seeing their faces. Like, in the moment I didn't realize it because I was focused on what's talking, but, like,
you know
watching on
what?
the side,
You know what?
like,
It's
look
really
at discuss, like, it was
yeah,
just-
it's everything. It's the rainbow flag, it's the Palestinian flag, and when you have like Christian conservatives, like I think Grady Judd is, it kind of all flows downhill, and then there's a big judgment that's made, because I know that people who are pro-Israel despise people who have any semblance of a Palestinian flag, and it's kind of a mental stronghold for these people. And they just view anybody who's not like them and doesn't hold their Christian beliefs as the enemy that needs to be vanquished. It's really pathetic. So I've got the fundraiser up right here, and we'll come back to that. But I want to just finish this so you can tell us what happened right afterwards, because I want people to see the window break. And hey, Van Balian, if you're out there, here's another window break for you. Tell me if you accept this kind of tyranny.
I have my license. I have my insurance. You have no reason to stop me. I was in that neighborhood helping those people. Thank you very much. We do mutual.
Kim is super high spirited, and you're like the rational one in the room. It's like, okay, everything you're saying is right, but you're hurting their feelings, and this is a dangerous situation.
Okay.
This is the second time this has happened.
What else? What else can we
Because
provide?
it's my right not to. Why do you need it down?
Okay.
You break it, I swear to God.
What do you
I'm not getting out
require?
of the car.
What? She's on that side.
Last one. Oh God, there they go. God. Oh my gosh.
Why? Sorry. What is the problem?
Get out.
Why?
Get out of the car.
Can you please explain why?
Well, you shouldn't have broke
I'm not.
the damn window.
I just want to know what's happening.
Get out.
Okay. And that's me getting out myself.
Get out. Okay.
And then after I say like that's thumb there, like that's not my thumb. Like we just saw my thumb as like a long nail, and that's like a weird looking thumb. And so that's like the guy, one of the ones that's not wearing gloves,
Okay.
that grabs it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6
and it's
officers assaulted her, demanded her cell phone, removed her cell phone by force. They paused her recording. Video ends here. See our blog. Okay, so take us from here. This is where the video cuts off.
Yeah. Okay, so I held on to the phone as long as possible until they like outright said like drop it. Like let go.
Yeah.
Because and obviously those couple extra seconds help me grab. I have another video where I do even more slow-mo. I caught more stills. But one of them, yeah, that first one, whatever, stubby thumb. He kind of flips me around.
Yeah.
5 other officers run over, and so they tackle me to the ground. And so it's like they're on my legs, they're on my back, they're on my neck. I had a cervical contusion on my neck from being, because they pull you back, but then they push your head forward. And I start at the grass that we were in, I'm allergic to, so I start breaking out into hives, like breaking out to like a rash everywhere. I'm like in t-shirts and shorts. They keep like not telling me like what, like why they grabbed me, like why am I on the ground, why are you touching me? They won't answer. They're just like, shut up, bitch, shut up, whore. We
They
need
were
to
saying
tell
that?
you because you're a fucking bitch. Yeah.
They were saying that.
Yes.
Wow.
As soon as the camera turned off, they pulled me up. And so I just thought, damn, this is so stupid. Like, why did they knock me to the ground just to make me stand up again? Like, you could have just left me standing. I would have. Like, what? Okay. So they're like kind of like surround me, and they're kind of like pushing me towards the squad car. And the whole time I'm like, can you just give me a reason? Can you just explain? And they're like, no, bitch. Like, we don't need to tell bitches nothing. And then one of them says, yeah, like, shut up, bitch. Because we were born here. We don't need to give you a reason because we were born here. And then I was like, what the fuck? I was also born here. And they're like, that doesn't matter. Like, shut up. And so that we don't have to tell you. And this point I had like my hands are cupped behind my back. And I'm like, my knee is skinned and bleeding. My knee is sprained, my shoulder is sprained, both my wrists are sprained. There's like grass, I'm like covered in grass, all of my hair. They have a squad car door open and they won't even let me get into the squad car myself. I'm like, I can get in myself, like, please don't touch me. And they're like, no, we put you in. And they picked me up by like my knees and my shins. Because it's like, 5 or 6 of them, basically, that like the junior deputies. So they picked me up and like put me like backwards. Hands are still behind my back, throw me backwards into the squad car. That I was perfectly capable of just sitting into. It was like unnecessary
unnecessary roughness.
touching roughness. I already told them like I'm already injured. And they're like, shut up, we don't care. So I'm in the squad car, they leave me in there. Maybe within the first 30 minutes, a sergeant does come out. And I asked him, like, why am I here? Why am I handcuffed? And he's like, well, I actually don't know. I have to figure that out. And I'll get back to you. And so he does come back. And
you're still sitting in the squad car on the site where they just took you out of the car.
Yep. And I'm watching them. I'm watching them search through the belongings.
Yeah.
They have my purse. So like, it's not my car. All I had was my purse. Right. But I see them also search through Kim's car. And we had a lot of the donations we had were things like beans, rice, toilet paper, and they're drug searching that stuff. We had little things that were the Know Your Rights cards that were about, ironically, what to do in this type of situation, which we also have because it happens a lot to people that are homeless or unhoused. They get stopped at a higher rate.
Right.
they were drug searching those cards. Like they thought those cards had drug residue on them. They're using the field test, the rapid response field test.
Yeah,
So
with
I'm
the swab.
and they're
Uh-huh.
laying out the little, I guess, little response. They're like laying them out to watch them because it turns a color. And there's like 7 cars. It is like it was like we were swatted, kind of. It was
Yeah.
huge. It wasn't
Yeah.
just like one car. It was like we're surrounded on our corner, and on those other corners there were also squad cars there. It was like there was a major operation, and they were searching everything. It's like they thought that we were doing some type of drug smuggling with the toilet paper and the beans, like the way they were testing.
Yeah.
They could not. It's like they couldn't believe that the toilet paper was really toilet paper. That just
The bad thing is
and-
they could have easily planted drugs
Planted
on
something.
you guys. Yeah.
Yes. And Miss Kim is a diabetic.
Mhm.
So she did have like the insulin, like the used insulin or like the GLP ones.
Yes.
So she did have those in her car, and I saw them also drug test those.
Mhm.
And that's when I thought, like, oh no, that's like they could plant something there. And it was like in a locked, you know how you have like a locked the little red containers for
Yeah.
biohazard.
Yes.
So she had that in her car, and they broke that open to test those. And they dropped them on the ground, and I was just like, I'm behind, in the squawk, but I'm like leaning all the way forward to watch because I'm like, okay, we cannot cry, we cannot freak out, we can freak out later,
Yeah.
but we have to focus because the camera's off, so I have to be record with my eyes, my brain. When the sergeant came back to me, he said, okay, they told me the story, and I heard that you were filming, and I want to see the video of what you filmed. And mind you, like this, they don't wear body cameras. So I'm like, okay. Sounds like a reason why they should have body cameras.
Mhm.
But he's like, I'm gonna bring you your phone. And I'm like, okay, so you're gonna bring me my phone. Can I call? Because I have friends that are lawyers. I have people that are waiting on me. Like, can I just call? Because I was planning to do stuff today.
Yeah.
And also, like, I know I have a lawyer that can, because they clearly are not bringing me a lawyer. So I know I have like friends that are lawyers locally from my church. So he says, if you try to use this phone to contact anybody, we will have a misunderstanding. And that would be such a shame because we've been so cool. And if you do use it to contact somebody or sneakily contact somebody, it's only for you to show me the video. If you try to do anything else and like call for help or something bad will happen to you. You're going to have a very poor outcome. It's going to go really poorly for you, and you're going to regret you did that. And so,
What a
he, like, brings us-
threat.
yeah. And it was like, that's the nicest person there. That's the
Wow.
nicest person. Everyone else has been like calling me a bitch and a whore and a hoe and like beating me up, So that's like the person that's like the least
At what point did they hog tie you?
It was wherever the camera shuts off.
Mhm.
That was it. Like it was like camera shuts off, I go to the ground, and you see kind of in the background where people are running. Like a minute after that, it's like a bunch of them pile on me.
When did they release you from that hog tying?
From that hog tie, it was a couple minutes. It was.
Yeah, because you can't get in the backseat of a patrol cruiser if your legs and if
Yeah.
you're like this. Yeah. So did
So
they hog
whenever
tie
they got
Kim
me
as
up-
well?
No, they
No?
pushed her up against the car, and
You were the calmest one of you two, and they hog tied you. That's crazy.
yeah, because I remember when I said it's like they tackled me to the ground, they hog tie me, and then they get me back up. When they got me up, they released my legs so I could stand. So that they had me like walk over.
So
but,
have you contacted any civil rights lawyers, and where does it stand right now?
right now I've contacted a few have reviewed the information. I'm still in like the consultation phase, so I'm like
Mhm.
consulting with a few to compare. So what I have heard is like good so far. I guess I'm just kind of have to finish my consultations and then pick one to proceed forward with.
Yeah.
We're still doing a fundraiser. With this fundraiser, so originally I was like the kind of like outreach is was the original thing we were doing. And so then now it's like, okay, we were not expecting to have legal expenses with our outreach. And so we have, you know, we have like the update there of like everything we've been doing and how it started. I still trying to like raise money for my what would be a federal civil rights case.
Right.
I don't have any charges. So everything they could have done, like
They ended up not charging you?
because they couldn't find anything. And
And
even the
did they-
sergeant, yeah.
They didn't book you or anything?
Mm-mm. They released me from the scene.
But they
So they
did
used-
book Kim.
Yes.
And were you able to drive Kim's car home or take it to somewhere else, or did it get impounded?
They had me drive her car home.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Like,
Kim got arrested and she got booked for what?
They said it was for obstruction.
Uh-huh.
So they called like all of that, they called it obstruction, even though she gave all the
Everything.
documents.
Yes.
Then they told me, like, the sergeant, when he saw the video, he was like, okay, I'm looking for evidence of you doing obstruction because the deputies say that they had to like drag you out of the car. And he was like, I see that you didn't do anything that could be obstruction. He's like, but we're still drug testing your belongings. So as long as you don't have drugs, otherwise you're going to go to jail too.
Yeah. This is a
so-
perfect example of why if you ever see somebody get pulled over, just take it. If you have time, take a second, take a couple minutes, stop and record, because I would love to get that body camera footage where they're calling you a bitch and they're hog tying an innocent person. Man, you talk about creating a record and making an ironclad case. And there's an alternative. I kind of have a secret weapon. If they take any of my cameras, I can still record audio. I'm not going to say what that secret is because cops watch my channel, but one of the best ways you can do it is with the 360 camera, because even if it drops on the ground, you still have a 180-degree view. And on a lot of those 360 cameras, it's got a really good audio, so you can pick up a lot of that stuff. And I'd love to have seen them misuse you like that, abuse you.
Yeah, I feel like hindsight's 2020. I thought it would just be a simple stop, and then now, of course, now we are like, okay, if any volunteers go out to do outreach, they need to have a dash cam. But yeah, they couldn't. Obviously, all my stuff was tested negative for drugs, of course, because I don't know, a little drug kingpin hiding drugs in toilet paper. So yeah, so he was like, it was like 30. It was 90 minutes in total. So for me, it was like 90 minutes in total.
Yeah.
That then the sergeant was like, we can't find any evidence to continue detaining you. And meanwhile, like, I'm like covered in blood. The hives are spreading. I have asthma and I have like these little bruises for me. Like so they're just like, we don't have a reason to continue detaining you. And I'm like, okay, why'd this happen though? Oh, and he's like, we won't let you leave the scene though until you give us a copy of the video. So they're like, just give us a copy of the video first, and then we'll let you know, we'll unhandcuff you, and then you can go.
Yeah, I'm just showing pictures while you're talking about how evil you people are, feeding all the homeless. You're such horrible people. You deserve the treatment from the Polk County Sheriff's Department that you got. Just kidding. You don't deserve that.
That's the owner of that property.
This right here?
Out there in rural. Yeah, his name's Virgil. He's also been harassed for letting people live on his land, and there are issues that happen with people living because it is off grid.
Yeah,
and they need more support. But he's willing to be a partner with the county. Like he constantly asks the county for help, and he says there's not enough resources in our county for the homeless. So he's like, where would these people go?
Have
so that's what we've been doing.
Have you tried reaching out to the civil rights lawyer?
Oh, that guy, like the civil rights lawyer.
Yeah.
I did send him some stuff. I think there's like that online form that they have to make submission. And I know a lot of people have been tagging him on my videos or like on TikTok, tagging his account.
G Dent is also saying Southern Draw Law is another one too. Southern
Draw Law. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And still open for recommendations because I so far found a couple, but I want to, just compare but
Yeah, I'm going to put it up on the screen right here. Here's Southern Draw Law. He's actually a good guy, and I think he is a practicing civil rights attorney. So what I'll do is I'll drop a link to his channel, and there's probably an email address you can get a hold of him at. But I think once he
Okay.
sees that video, maybe he'll even cover it on his channel and get you even more exposure. And hopefully Lackluster will pick it up as well.
okay, cool. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah,
listen,
and-
I'm gonna move to the next caller. I so
Thank you, yeah.
appreciate you calling in. Can you contact at highimpactflix.com is my email address. Just let me know how it's progressing for you. And if you have any
Sure.
kind of update, I'd definitely love to cover that.
High impact flicks.
At Yahoo. I'm just contact at highimpactflix.com. But under all my
Okay,
videos,
got it.
there's the website and you can get it from off of there.
Okay. Definitely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Magdalene. I appreciate
Thanks
you
everybody
calling
who
in.
supports.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, guys, we gotta support her because and here's the, let's see. Oh, that's not it. Let me give you the link to the fundraiser. I want to give you the short link. Let's see, where's it? Oh, share and copy link. And here's the fundraiser. Yeah, we need to help people like this. That was an absolute travesty right there. Grave, hey man, you're back on. Let me give you 60 seconds because I got 2 more people waiting, and I want to make sure I get to everybody.
Yeah, no, so I will send you that link whenever I upload that thing that I was talking about. I do have some crazy stuff up right now that I wouldn't suggest checking out. But yeah, I
got your site up right here.
Oh, okay. If you go all the way, well, let me see where. If you go to the videos that are like notice anything, I'll show you just one real quick thing. Let me go to my channel.
You're live.
Hang on.
Says the camera does not lie on one of them.
The camera does not lie. That one I'm responding to you where it's like, I don't know if you've seen, but people's AI, like people's camera will change, like the AI will change things that they've taken pictures of. It'll change words. Some guy took a picture of a sticker at a car, like an MSRP sticker, and it changed that.
Really?
Yeah, it changed it into like some gibberish, like some stuff. If you go to notice anything, or notice anything too, where it's got this this parrot and AOC next to each other, and then if you look at notice anything 3, and I'm capturing, and I'll get into this later. Like I definitely don't want to take up a lot of your time on this, but this stuff is I'm capturing like the YouTube thumbnails are saying things like subliminal messaging type of things, and it's clustering thumbnails next to each other. It's all the way down at the end, I believe. Like you scroll all the way down to see the AOC parrot one. So I was gonna say,
here it is.
Yeah, with that girl that was just talking, I was hogtied over a curfew violation, which I mean, I started going crazy in the back of the cop car, but I've been hogtied before. So I know what that's like. And your channel is so good, man, because I have been abused by police my entire life. And there is so much stuff that if I could have had a dash cam, if I could have had a cell phone videoing, I mean, I literally had a cop come up to me and start demanding my ID. He pulled me over and demanded my ID because I had Texas plates and I was in Kentucky. And I had just got back. I don't even want to get into it, but it was a very bad time in my life. And this cop, like, I didn't have a dash cam, I didn't have a cell phone, I didn't have any of that stuff.
Oh man, something weird just happened to your audio. Oh man, now this is weird. I don't know what just happened. Can you talk now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, wow. I've never experienced that before. I don't know what that was.
I'll have to go back and watch that. I don't know what happened.
Dude, what are you doing? Have you opened a portal or something? What is going on here?
I do weird stuff here, man. I do.
Wow. Hey man, I got to get to 2 more people and I got to book out of here. Dude, yeah, sure. Send me the emails of that stuff. I'm very interested, very curious.
Yes, I will. All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right, brother. Take care. All right, Michael. Michael, you're next, man. How you doing?
Doing all right. How you doing? Can you hear
Thanks
me?
for waiting, man. Sorry to make you wait.
That's no problem. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Everybody signed in for this. I don't, with the birth certificate, the EIN number, and the Social Security number. The Social Security number is a holdover from the colonial days. It started out as a welfare system.
No,
Then in
I
the
get it.
14th
I get it. I get it. The question is, how do you get out of it?
Well, you gotta go back to living like the forefathers. That's it. That's the only
So,
way.
so are you
You
out
got
of
to
it
get rid of the birth
completely?
certificate.
Are you out of it completely?
No, I ain't out of it completely yet. I'm working on getting there.
Okay, how far have
But
you gotten?
it's a social security number that's doing this to everybody.
No, I get it. I see the link there, but how have you completely what
No,
stage are
I haven't got the no, I've only learned some of the few things throughout the last I've been working on it for a long time. I've figured out how it started, why it started, and a lot of the mechanisms along the way, going back all the way to 1787 and the redraft of the 1788. It was the Constitution of the United States and then the Constitution of the United States.
Yeah, but
And
here's the thing, because I know there's a trade-off, okay? So in this day and age, as people like to say,
no, there's not a trade-off. There's not a trade-off.
okay, what do you mean?
Okay, the reason why they discarded the Constitution of the United States of America was
No,
because
hear me out.
didn't allow for
Hear me out. Here's what I mean by trade-off. You have to admit, there are major conveniences to having fiat currency. There are major conveniences to having credit cards. There's major conveniences to having a social security number. If you get rid of all that and it's like, hey, I'm not trading with the Federal Reserve note. Okay, then what are you is it gonna be a barter system? And if it's a barter system, not a lot of
goes
people are
back to
gonna
gold
take.
and silver.
What's that?
Goes back to gold and silver.
Right, but there's the trade-off: is who's going to take your gold and silver as actual specie? Who does that? Almost no one. Almost no one. So when I say trade-off, you're trading off convenience for freedom, but that freedom kind of starts looking like suppression. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
how do you make that leap of, okay, I'm not using the FRNs anymore, but then what are you going to do? How are you going to pay your electric bill, your phone bill, whatever?
Well, if you totally
Food.
opt out of the system, you don't have an electric bill because you can't deal with the electric companies. You can't deal with the water companies. You can't deal with the sewer companies.
Right. So do you see what I mean by
You
that's
can deal with specific companies only on a person-to-person basis.
Mhm.
Like, for example, if you wanted to have your garbage picked up, you'd have to go in and contract and pay in gold for your stuff. They don't have to get rid of the fiat. But the problem is your social security number was created for public officials and voluntary public officials. Okay, as long as you're a voluntary public official, which is what you are because you don't work for the government, you don't have an oath of office. So you're a voluntary public official. Well, public officials are responsible for the paperwork. Americans were never responsible for the paperwork. You came in, you gave the public official your paperwork.
I understand I totally understand these concepts, but how do you move from concept to practicality? It's like, I want to release myself from the beast system. Okay, I get it. How do you do that and still have air conditioning? How do you do that and still purchase gasoline? How do you do that and still, because ain't nobody living off the grid. Nobody's living off the grid.
No.
I think, matter of fact, as we move closer and closer to 2030, I think it's going to become more and more impossible to live off the grid.
Well, in some aspects, like cooling your house, that's not hard. You can go back to the old Amish way of cooling your house.
I know,
They
but
ran
then
pipes. They ran pipes in the ground. They ran pipes in the ground that came into the house that fed off the cool air from underground
I know,
that
but you're
came
kind of
in that-
making my point. Now you're setting off now the convenience is going away because now you got to go.
right.
You got to go construct that stuff by yourself or find a crew of Amish
Yeah.
people who are willing to do it for you. And then how are you going to pay for it? Because even the
unless the majority of the people kick their social security card back to the government and say, look, we don't like this. Here's your card back. We don't want any part of it. It has to be, if you got enough people to do that, then yeah. But other than that, you're going to have to go back to the old Amish way because if
yeah, I
enough
know, but
people
in the
go
mean,
back and do that,
I'm looking for somebody who's got the answer and is actually living that transitional life. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got to get to
Yeah.
G Dent because I got to move along, man. Appreciate you, Michael. I'm totally on board with what you're saying. The question is, how do we bring it to pass? I got to let you go, and I'm going to G Dent. Thank you, man. Hey, G Dent, what's up, man? I got 2 minutes, and I got to go.
Hey, I love watching your show. The only thing I gotta have you talk me into something. So I devour your videos because it's you're like the one person that says what I want people to say online. You hate the cops like I do. I've had bad experiences. Yeah, I shake too. Even if they're not questioning me. They just got to be around my presence, and I start shaking. So, but
Yeah,
the protesters, man, I have a hard time with your, I don't know, your personal views on the protesters going out in the street. Whatever the fuck they were protesting about. I'm sorry for cussing. Whatever they were protesting about. What everybody has their own beef. They want to.
You talking about my recent video? They were protesting about a kid who just
Yeah.
recently got deported. Okay.
Yeah. And they were bouncing out in the street, and then the cops were yelling at him to get on the sidewalk. I mean, as a country, we have that right to protest. And did they say that to the Million Man March when they just decided to take over Washington? No, they were able to walk that walk, and that's all I'm saying. And
You know why I'm not?
as
I'm
much
not
of
a.
current.
People got a right to
Go ahead.
protest, but I'm not a fan of protesting. You know why? Because the powers that shouldn't be want you to protest because it's a pressure release valve. When people get out there and protest, the political parasites don't care if it's 1 million or 10 million people in the street. They're not going to change. The banksters aren't going to change their stuff. They can all be in the street, but it's psychological. You're releasing the pressure when what you should actually be doing is everybody get that 10 million people to not pay their income tax. Get that 10 million people to say, screw I don't care what you say. We're not going to do it. And we're going to all stand together. But they don't care if we're in the street. But hold on. The second part of that is if in the course of somebody using their right to protest, and I believe everybody does have the right to protest, I just don't think it's effective. I'm not going to condemn anybody for doing it. But in the course of protesting, you don't have the right to take away somebody's free movement away. If I lived in one of those houses on the street and I had to get to the hospital or take my girlfriend to some emergency, she cut her wrist in the kitchen and she's bleeding profusely and I can't get through, they just stopped my freedom of movement in their protest. Whereas if they were on the sidewalk, they could do the very same thing but not block my way. You know what I mean?
And I got that part of your video when I was watching it. I got that because you even said, made that almost similar point that, if I gotta go somewhere, then I gotta go somewhere. And then in that aspect, I agree with you. Although I will say this, I never really thought of the protesting as a kind of a pressure relief valve. Although, I mean, that's what it is. But as you said that, I started to think even maybe it's a good way to uh, surveillance and find out who's opposing the mass, the people. So and by protesting, it kind of puts you out on Front Street. I'll be honest with you, I've never walked a protest. There was one in Grand Rapids, Michigan, of some kid dying. I won't walk one for a couple reasons, because I might be that guy that helps flip over a car or do something because I'm pissed. Not a car, flip over a police car, or
Mhm.
something that's directed toward cops, not just destruct property. I value someone else's property. You work hard for that. As far as the cops, though, I would flip over. I would flip over a cop car. I wouldn't have stormed the January 6th, the Washington by any means, but I could see myself getting caught up in a protest that turned nasty, because I have such animosity for police, especially if police were being brutal in the whole aspect. Then it would make me even more. And then you put yourself right out on Front Street to get arrested and everything else. But
Yeah, and then there's ALPR, there's ALPRs, there's signal trace, there's geofencing. If you take your cell
right,
phone with you anywhere, they are going to implicate
right,
you in whatever crime somebody else
a
committed, and that's a
geo
bad thing.
search.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
a
Hey,
geo
man,
search. They'll do a geo fencing and get you gathered with the masses,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's how
yeah.
they figure you out.
Hey, G Dent, I appreciate you, man. Anything you disagree with me on, let me know. I will definitely
No,
chew
I
on it
don't
because
Yeah, I just I didn't I had a hard time understanding your that I kind of I was arguing with you as you were talking, but I wish I had a little bit more time to talk to you about it. But I understand you got minimal time. I feel bad for old girl that got the girl that got her face dragged through the grass, and that I feel that girl, she needs to call that Southern Draw Law first
yeah.
before she goes and puts herself out there, because he likes to have more of he likes to talk to him before they put them. Man, every time you did that last time, and I was thinking, man, are you getting swatted? You were like,
Oh no, yeah,
did you?
I got to go. I
Yeah,
got an obligation, man. Hey, I
it's
appreciate
all
you.
good.
Thank you. Take care, man. Love you. All right. Hey guys, real quick, just shout out to JT, Michael, FB, J Lobo, and JT again, and JT again, and JT again. This is crazy. And then hey, what's up, Claudette? How you doing? Thanks for the super sticker. I appreciate all of the support, guys, especially including participating in the chat, liking and share the videos. Don't forget to like this video. I got to take off. I appreciate you guys. And maybe we can do this again sometime soon. I hope you get some out of this video and these live streams. Remember, the price of freedom is now and will always be eternal vigilance, and indifference to this notion is the means by which the people have and will secure their own oppression. I will see you in the next video. Take care.